Welcome back to my channel. Watch till the end because I will reveal a secret you ought to know. So here we go. Imagine you're in a dimly lit room. On the table is a gleaming red button labeled Claim Prize. You lean forward, finger hovering, heart racing. You press it, and nothing exciting happens. Instead, unseen gears in the walls turn. Money moves, accounts change, permissions are granted to someone you've never met. You just performed an action you never meant to. That is clickjacking, also known as UI redressing, the art of tricking a user into clicking something different from what they think they are clicking. Clickjacking is an attack where a malicious page hides or overlays another element, often from a legitimate site, so that when a user clicks what appears to be harmless, they are actually interacting with something else. For example, a hidden button, a framed site, or a browser dialog. The result? The attacker gets the user to perform actions like approving a transaction, changing settings, liking a post, or uploading a file without the user's informed consent. Key idea: the user sees one surface, but the click lands on another. Let me introduce the rogues gallery, the different types of clickjacking attacks. First, classic transparent iframe overlay. The attacker embeds the target site in an iframe and makes it transparent or positions it under a visible lure like a big play image, a fake button. The user clicks the visible lure, which actually clicks the framed site. Example: a page shows a play video image. Unseen behind it is a submit button on a bank's page that approves a transfer. Second, likejacking or social media clickjacking. The attacker tricks users into clicking social buttons such as like, share, follow in an invisible frame, making users unknowingly like or share content. Example: you think you're approving a funny cat post. You've just liked a scammer's affiliate page. Third, cursor jacking or pointer manipulation. The attacker uses CSS and JavaScript to change the cursor location mapping. The visible cursor doesn't match where the click actually lands. This can be done by offsetting the layer that receives input. Example: the cursor appears over a harmless checkbox, but clicks land on a destructive delete my files button underneath. And on mobile, it's called touch or mobile specific tapjacking. Mobile screens are smaller. Attackers exploit touch events or gesture mismatches. Transparent overlays and mispositioned elements trick taps. Example: a swipe to play banner actually toggles device permissions or purchases an app permission to spy through your camera. Whoops! So what's the damage? Well, clickjacking can hijack your social accounts, steal your money, delete your files, upload sensitive documents, or even trick you into handing over camera and microphone access, all with just one click. Fourth, file upload or permission clickjacking. The attacker overlays a real file upload or permission dialog from a trusted service. When user clicks choose file or allow, they instead grant access or upload a file to the attacker's site. Example: a site asks you to upload a selfie to verify identity. You've actually uploaded your passport page to the attacker. Fifth, double click or multi-action chaining. First click changes the UI state, for example, it opens a confirmation. Second click, which user thinks is part of the same flow, confirms the hidden action. The attacker times overlays so both clicks land as intended on the victim site. Example: the first click opens a menu. The second, under deception, confirms a money transfer. And what is the shadowy toolkit of the attackers? How do they pull this off? With iframes, CSS opacity, pointer tricks, sneaky JavaScript, and plenty of social engineering. Think of it as digital stage magic, except the magician wants your password, not your applause. How to test for clickjacking. 1. Frame test. Try embedding the target page in an iframe on an attack page. Does it load? If yes, try clicking actions inside the frame. 2. DevTools overlay removal. Use browser DevTools to remove the top layers and reveal hidden frames. 3. Automated scanners. Many web scanners include clickjacking checks. They attempt to iframe pages and interact with them. Use these in a safe lab environment, never on third-party production sites without permission. 4. Manual UX checks. Look for actions triggered by single clicks. Require confirmation for sensitive operations. Now we get to the good news. Clickjacking is dangerous but preventable. Let's talk defenses. 1. HTTP response headers. Set the rules at the server. Use Content Security Policy or CSP with frame ancestors. This tells the browser which origins are allowed to embed the page in a frame. If the current page is embedded by an unlisted origin, the browser refuses to render it in a frame. The older cousin, X-frame options or XFO, not as modern but still useful for older browsers, like keeping an old padlock just in case, referring to what is shown on your screen. Deny forbids all framing. Same origin allows only pages from the same origin to frame the content. Many sites still use it for compatibility, but CSP frame ancestors is more flexible for modern setups. Tip: use both if you must support older browsers. CSP frame ancestors is the modern recommended control. 2. Frame sandboxing. HTML attribute. Use the sandbox attribute on iframes under your control to limit their abilities. The sandbox can disable forms, scripts, and top-level navigation unless explicitly allowed. 3. Same origin and safe UI design. Don't do sensitive state-changing actions on GET requests. Require POST plus CSRF token. Require re-authentication or an explicit confirmation for destructive or high-value actions. Example: enter password to confirm transfer. Avoid invisible or single-click dangerous flows. Prefer two-step confirmations that are not easily automatable. 4. Frame-busting JavaScript. Older sites use JS like you see on your screen. But modern browsers and some legitimate embedding scenarios break this. Use headers instead of relying solely on JS. Those old-school JavaScript frame-busting tricks are like duct tape on a spaceship. Don't rely on them. 5. UI hardening. Place critical buttons or dialogues inside user-visible overlays that can't be overlapped easily. Make actions explicit. Visible confirmation modals, CAPTCHA, or two-factor for high-risk operations. 6. Browser features and permissions. Ensure permission dialogues for camera, microphone are only shown by direct user gestures and are anchored to same origin content. Modern browsers already harden this, but servers should still minimize in-frame triggers. 7. Testing and monitoring. Regularly test with penetration tests that include clickjacking attempts. Use security headers scanners, both automated and manual verification. Monitor unusual account setting changes as potential clickjacking aftermath. So what's the one big secret to defeating clickjacking? I'll tell you in a moment. But remember, attackers thrive on single points of failure. One click, one oversight, one lazy configuration, and they win. Clickjacking is digital deception, but with the right tools and a little paranoia, you can make sure the only clicks happening on your site are the ones users actually mean. This is cyber technology. If you found this video eye-opening, hit the like button, the real one, not an invisible one. Subscribe for more cybersecurity mysteries revealed safely. Until next time, keep clicking wisely. And yes, thank you so much for subscribing and watching.